Said I wanna know. So, oh baby.
Oh my.
Now, ooh, tell me what I gotta do to please you. Baby, anything you say I'll do. 'Cause I only wanna make you happy. From the bottom of my heart is... Hey, okay,
come on.
All right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, now you know.
Let's not get carried away, you know?
Time to take it easy. With Tusker Light, big taste, low carb.
Joe Thomas is in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Nairobi?
Kenya. How you doing?
I'm fine.
And you've learned a couple of Swahili words already?
Well, you know, just a couple things.
Yeah, and
Asante is what I like to say. Thank you very much for having me here.
Fantastic.
You know?
Joe Thomas is in the house. 7 Grammy Award nominees, so many accolades. It's been a long time coming, and finally we have you here in Kenya. It's such an honor to be with you right here, first of all. Big up. Thank you so very much for making time to come into Kenya. And Chance Kiari, myself, and Leo are going to be holding it down. Leo, of course, will be translating from Kenyanese to Americanese. Yeah, but
I'm translating to that.
There's a man who wears many hats, obviously.
yeah.
Definitely.
You do it all, huh?
Definitely.
But Fader, man, you're one of the legends of R&B music. You've been in for a long time. How's it been for having made your debut way back in 1993 and still remaining relevant today?
Well, I must say that it's all because of God. I mean, it's a true blessing. When you look at the world and how many people that are wishing for an opportunity, the position that I've been in, I just, I look back and I just got to thank God every moment, every step of the way. As a young kid, growing up in church, wanting to understand the music scene and learning to play the instruments. I mean, it was a big move for me. And then at 17, moving from Georgia to New York City on my own was another major move. So it was about taking chances and also having faith and having faith in God that He always has your back no matter what where you are in life.
Exactly. But amazingly, both of your parents are preachers and grew up in the church. Started singing. Exactly. Ordained.
I'll translate for you.
There you go. Leo, thank you very much. Ordained.
Preacher is such a Kenyan.
Anybody can preach, huh?
Yeah. All right. Ordained. Thank you so very much, Leo. Fire translating, ladies and gentlemen. And grew up in church, of course, started in gospel music. How did it evolve into secular music, I might say?
Well, it's not a big difference, to be honest with you.
It would be a bit
lyrically,
yeah.
But we all understand that the creator,
Yes.
created all of this.
Yes.
As far as the church is concerned, I try not to bring too much, let's say, backlash, where they have to defend themselves or make it seem like I'm sort of disrespecting or making the church look bad.
Exactly.
I've always wanted to keep my lyrics, especially on a certain level, where it's respect,
Right.
and you can pretty much play it anyway,
Exactly.
And I feel like I've done the church okay.
Yeah.
I didn't represent myself in a negative way where it shines on them in a negative way.
It's about
Exactly.
your songs
Lyrics.
it's about love. Is it from personal experiences?
Yeah, that's
Well,
a good question.
I gotta
right
say, I mean, I'm a wishful thinker.
there. Don't worry about the question.
I'm a wishful thinker, and my intentions are good, and it's hard to live up to who I am on record. To reality.
Exactly, because when I Don't Want to Be a Player No More came up, and we're like, oh my God, he's going to be starting to sing, about love and family and children and whatnot, but you still kept the peace.
Yeah. I mean, I actually when I was giving up, I actually didn't throw in the towel all the way. I took it back. I snatched that towel right back and sort of continued where I was. But like I mentioned before, the intentions of what I put in my music and where my heart stands and how I look at relationships and family. That's the important thing. That's the thing that keeps you going. That's the thing that keeps you grounded. I have a daughter. I'm not married. I've never been married. I've always been afraid of that commitment. It's a very strong walk when you bring someone else's life to share for the rest of your life.
True.
And it works a lot of times, but a lot of times it doesn't work as well. And so if you're going to take that route, you better be ready for it. And I obviously haven't been ready.
20 years in the game and still doing it big. New album, The Good, The Bad, and The Sexy. We got Joe Thomas in the studio. Stand by.
Yes, indeed.
If you have any questions, please let us know on the Jam 984 0720 0734 984 984. Kicking it, of course, with Joe Thomas in the studio. We got Leo Fire, Charles Chiari, and DJ CK is in the house as well. DJ CK, how you doing? Of course, the big boss is in the house.
Hey man! Welcome.
You're looking sharp, brother.
Hey,
He always,
man,
he always
look
sharp.
at this. Wow, very nice.
He
very
always sharp.
you should have seen me dressed like a real oil sheik.
The old shake.
He got the A-Rap money. He got the
A-Rap money.
Yeah.
A-Rap money.
But quickly
It looks
coming
like
back, of course, it's Joe Thomas. A lot of questions coming in from Twitter. And this is a bit of a personal question. When you're in the mood to chill out with one of the youngins, the young ladies that you're maybe kicking it with, what Joe song inspires the moment, so to speak?
Oh man, that would be very corny for me to play my own
Basically,
song.
your favorite track.
But no, I got what you're saying. But if I did want to get in my corn moment and be all up on myself to try to get some extra play.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, there's several records that come to mind. Depends on the situation. All the things could definitely work there. And Peep Show. I don't think we would need a Peep Show because it would all be out in the open.
Yeah.
Sex Girl, I think would come to mind as well.
All right.
Let's see, A Table for Two.
Love that one.
I think A Table for Two would definitely serve very, very correctly.
I love that one.
Love Scene.
Biggest track.
Yeah.
Biggest
Love
track
Scene. Love
yet.
Scene. Love Scene should definitely serve wonders there.
Biggest track yet.
So I think I would certainly play something on that zone.
All right. And it says Jeffron on our Twitter page. He says, after more than 20 years in the industry, any regrets? And would you change anything if you had the chance?
Everything that has happened to me has been a complete surprise. It has been overwhelming. And so I've taken everything very seriously, not with the grain of salt. And I've always wanted to make sure that every move I made was very strategic. And I wouldn't do anything differently. I would say I'm very happy with signing with the first label I signed with, Mercury Records, and only doing one album with them. That was a great experience. And then going without being signed to a label, having one of the biggest records on the soundtrack, All the Things You Man Won't Do, and then having every label in the country wanting to sign me. So I think the process of me leaving home at 17, right after high school, and moving 16 hours away in New York City was an incredible move for me as well. So I wouldn't change anything. I think everything that has happened because God had already implemented those plans, and I just followed suit.
All right.
So I'm just in the position that I needed to be at the time I needed to be there.
All right, at the moment, we're seeing a lot of Hollywood change. There's a lot of reality going on. There's a lot of people who are in the spotlight for the wrong reasons or the right reasons, or they're just coming into TV, trying to get away from, make extra money or make extra sales out of TV. How do you manage to stay away from all that Hollywood glam and the lights and whatnot, and just staying true to Joe?
Well, I'm very to myself. I'm for the most part, I'm a kind of quiet guy, laid back, and I just love being to myself a lot of times and being home. But also, I think that's the new wave. I mean, I think that's where we're headed. That is our future, reality TV. It is something that we either got to get with or we're going to get left behind. Because it only gets worse from here. It only gets more ridiculous and more crazier to see how much more stuff that you could do live, get away with on camera. It's just like the music scene. How much can you say without having to put a sensory sticker on your music? So I think reality TV is going to get to a point where it's going to hit a wall. Like, okay, where do we go from here? But the opportunities are grand for people. They're grand. Yeah, it builds famous people that didn't really deserve to get that way, but it also gives an opportunity for people that do have great talent. Like you got American Idol and some of these other shows,
The Voice and whatnot.
The Voice and whatnot. And you got these other, different avenues to present. Maybe if I'd have had that opportunity back in the day, 20 years ago, I probably would have taken it as well. So we just got to get with the time. Times are changing; they always will.
And exactly,
And,
it's changed so much at the moment. We have balladeers who've lost their way in the getting into
Right.
rhyming and rapping. And
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. I
exactly.
mean, everybody's trying to survive. Everybody wants to win. And it's a winning, especially if you've won before. You want to be back to winning again.
Exactly.
That's the thing that gets everybody. But the thing about me is that I've always loved all kinds of music, all genres. I mean, I loved hip hop. That's why I incorporated it into my music when I got a chance, when I had the opportunity to record. You got all type of different genres, and I want to touch it all. I want to do a Jamaican album. I want to do a reggae record. I love reggae music. You know, so I want to do an album that feels just reggae feel, just that whole style. But you know, obviously with my style and my voice on it, and there's some dance records that are cool too, because I love Jamiroquai. I thought Jamiroquai was dope in his own style.
It's amazing. It's really good.
You know, so it was different, but that was a different style of dance music as opposed to what they're doing now.
Yeah.
So it's so many different things that you can get involved in without having to
sell out, so to
sell
speak.
out yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's smooth.
DJ CK has got a question.
I'd like to ask you one thing.
Yes, sir.
What about making some music with some of our great young Kenyans here? They will love it, and we can find you some pairs or some partners to make some recordings.
I think that would be a great idea. I'm the one artist who's not Hollywood when it comes to the fact of, okay, you're not a celebrity yet, I can't work with you.
Excellent.
So I'm not that artist. I'm the guy who I'm searching for new talent. I want to find new talent in different markets. And I was talking to someone earlier from the embassy, and you know, we were talking about the talent here in Kenya, you know, and trying to bring that to the forefront, and things that we could do to make that happen. And you know, talking about Obama and his connection here, and it's so many different things that you can just, you know, make happen. And I think it would be great for Kenya.
Yes.
Can Capital Radio adopt you?
As our voice at the moment.
Well, you must say I would love to be an ambassador of a beautiful, you know, country, my people. First of all, first and foremost, and to represent that, and to bring more into the country. So you got the thing that's beautiful as well is so many different resources that are now coming here as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I could talk about it, but they just been telling me on my way here the things that's just been happening. So it's just a great vibe and energy of things that's prospering. It's building, it's growing.
Yep,
so
amazing.
that energy, that vibe. I mean, I go to Africa, different parts of Africa quite a bit. Nigeria, South Africa. And so you see the growth and everything. And I've always said, this is paradise. This is paradise, and it hasn't been exploited.
Yep.
And built upon as such. And once that happened, because everybody, we surface the same islands, Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, but you got such beautiful land, and you know, here that people would love to see. Just don't know that that's the option.
Well, you haven't
haven't
seen anything. You haven't seen the women in Kenya. Because it'll be going down at the Bomas of Kenya this Saturday 31st, courtesy of Tusker Light, G4S, Virgin Atlantic, which brought you in. Big up to Virgin Atlantic. And of course, your best mix of music, 98.4 Capital FM. Get your tickets right now at Barton's Mela Blooms. It's only 3,000 shillings in advance, only, nothing at the gate. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the concert going down over the weekend.
Yay! Yes, indeed. It's gonna be beautiful.
Joe, this is
This is our boss. This is the big boss.
Big boss.
Let's have a photo. Let's have a photo. Yeah.
Now let's make a love scene, yeah. Steamy and blue, erotic memories for an audience of two. Man, we gonna have so much fun on Saturday. It's gonna be crazy. I got the band with me.
Awesome.
I got horn players.
Yes.
You know, so it's gonna be that old school R&B attack
Yeah.
in effect.
Fantastic.
So, attack and effect we're going to have.
If you have not gotten your tickets yet, please
What you waiting
jump in
for,
right
man?
now.
Get in there. What?
Barton's collection, Mela Bloom's collection.
Westgate and all that. Let's talk about the concert, Joe.
Yeah.
So what are people expecting? You know, I mean, we'll all be there.
Well, you know, some of the new records, you know, I've released 3 new albums in the
Yeah.
past 3 years.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I want to touch on some of those records as well. But classic is where we're going. We're going back in the day. We're going to
Yeah,
make you feel
because
good.
I remember you in the 90s.
Because, you know, if I went to a concert, you know, of one of my favorite artists, I recently just did on New Year's Eve. I went to hang out with Stevie Wonder in Las Vegas.
Excellent.
In Las Vegas, and he did every song, you know, that you love, and and he called me up on stage to kind of do a few numbers with him, me and Tyrese, and so to be there, you're going through the catalog of songs. You're like, oh man, he could have. And then I went afterwards.
And all of that.
I went afterwards. You know, he invited me and my manager, not Ish. You know, my Ish is my road manager. Kedar Massenberger is my manager in America, and we went up to a suite, and his family and everybody was there, and I just kept it candid with him. You know, oh man, you could have did this one. You could have did that.
It's always like that, isn't it?
And he said to me, he was like, oh man, I sure could have. He said, man, I wish I would have thought of that one. So sometimes when you're up there and you're in your zone and you got your set pretty much worked out, but you got songs you could do a lot of different songs, but it just doesn't come to your mind at that time because you're in a certain zone. And he was wishing that he would have thought of certain songs to do that night. And sometimes that happens to me, but I try to cover every song that I got. I try to give you all of them. It's no talking, not a lot of talking in my concerts. Very seldom.
That's
It's
just
music.
That's just
Excellent.
great moments.
Music.
That's great to love see.
Giving you music and performance.
Fantastic. Now this one is a bit of a let's say a personal question. You've been nominated for a Grammy and you've received accolades and accolades. iTunes Best R&B Album 2009. Secretly, deep down inside, the Grammy. Do you think it's the recognition that you'd want?
Do I think it's the recognition that
You'd want? A Grammy, winning a Grammy, having a Grammy. Because you've won so many things, but you've been nominated for a Grammy, but...
you know, I don't need a Grammy. It's not something that
because many artists feel like you're defined by it.
well, yes, of course, because they look at that as like, you know, I've been recognized for something that they think I'm good at, right? And this Grammy represents that. I think a nomination is just as good. You know, 7 nominations that I've had.
Amazing.
Without walking away with it. I mean, that's something to come.
Exactly.
I'm not stopping it anytime soon. But it doesn't validate me as an artist. It doesn't make me who I am. With or without it, I'm still going to go hard. I'm still going to try to represent for who I am. And I think Grammy winners sometimes they take that as a level of, okay, I've made it. I'm good. I don't need to hustle and work hard as I used to anymore. I love having that hunger.
It's a bit of a curse when you win. You did we've seen many artists do that.
Right. You know, you feel like, okay, I'm acceptable at anything I do now. It's a given. I'm a Grammy winner. I'm a Grammy artist.
Yeah.
So I don't look at that as validation. You know, I look at hard work, continue to do what you do for the years and years to come. Give the fans what they want. They want great music, new music. Yeah, you gave them something before, and that they could always live with and always cherish. But it ain't nothing like something brand new that feels just as good as what it was when it was old.
Exactly.
And that's the thing about me. I want to keep doing music. I want to keep doing it. It may not all be great all the time, but my strive and my focus and my dedication is to make the best music that I can make.
And you've proven
Every
that over 20
freaking time.
years you've done that.
And Joe, when you're kicking it back, you know, you're relaxing and you're listening to music, apart from your own music, who's your favorite musician or musicians that you like listening to?
Oh man, it's everybody. You know, it's like you put your iPod on shuffle, and just whatever comes up, you just roll with it. You know? And
What can we find in your iBook?
well, I wish I had it on me. I would show you. But I mean, it's everything, man. I mean, it's old school, new school. I mean, I like the new as well. Drake.
Yeah.
I got some Eminem stuff in there too. You know, I love.
Wow,
Eminem.
yeah.
Oh, I got the record. A lot of people slept on this Eminem record with Royce the 5'9". He's a guy from Detroit or the Midwest. I'm not sure what city he's from, but what a great record. I mean, he was just as good as Eminem rhyming on the record. So I'm big on hip hop. I love some of the pop stuff. I love individuals who just do their own thing, like Bruno Mars. She's just very,
Fantastic.
very unique.
Yeah.
Adele has a very unique voice. I gotta say, her voice is very, very unique. I'm still working my way around to the phenomenon that she is.
Exactly.
I'm still. I mean, that's no disrespect to who she is, and I don't want to, belittle her success that she's already, had. But I'm still working my way around because I've seen some great artists that have done similar things in the past that never got to where
to be recognized.
that never got to where she is. And that's not to take anything away from her. She's a phenomenal talent, phenomenal songwriter. But I'm still working my way around to it. And I definitely think she's one of the best voices in the music business today.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Finally, Joe, it's everyone is geared up for the weekend. Everyone is waiting to see you on stage throwing it down. Big request, everyone is shouting out, please ask Joe to sing the chorus to That's What I Like. And of course, give it a taste of what is going to be expected over the weekend.
But that's what I like. What record is that?
That's What I Like.
I got too many songs. I can't remember. That's what I like. I'm just so unfamiliar with that record.
You know what? Just whatever you want. Whatever you feel is going to be gearing up the weekend.
Bobby Valentino.
I've never sang that song other than recording. Outside of recording that song, I've never.
Well, they like it here. They like it.
I can't. I'm gonna tell you the real problem. I'm working on a new album.
Yes.
And those are the only songs that are in my head right
At the
now.
moment.
As far as anything that's outside of my normal performance.
Probably the 2000 album.
You know
I
what?
Want to Know, the song I Want to Know. That's big. Yeah.
Keep it
That's
real.
a big record.
Keep it real.
All the way around.
The track that you think is big and the track that you want to gear up for this weekend. Joe Thomas.
If I've never been on the spot, boy, this is a moment right now to get on the damn spot.
All right. Losing.
I'm like, wait a second.
Sign out. Let's do losing.
I'm better off singing other people's songs at this time. You asking questions when you know the answer. Now that's the less let me. Now you wondering if I should love you. Now that's the less let me. I can't be loving someone who only breaks me into a million pieces. What do I do? Put it back together, but without you, I think it's best. We just don't fit. All I can say, there's a better way. If it's not a game I wanna play, I sympathize. I realize, so ever be the same, never again. I'm good with that. If this where it's at, love is no longer in the building. No, everybody's losing. Everybody's losing. Nobody is winning here, baby. No, everybody's
Like the new song.
losing. Everybody's losing.
Shout out to myself, Joe Thomas. Thank you so much for making time to come in. Looking forward to the evening of the 31st of March at the Bombers of Kenya. You haven't got your tickets? Get your tickets now. Mela Blooms, Barton's, 3,000 shillings only in advance. Thanks to Capital FM, your best mix of music, of course. Tusker Light, Big Taste, Low Cabs. Thank you so very much. G4S, Virgin Atlantic.
Virgin.
Big up yourself.
Big up.
It's going to be an amazing weekend.
There's a better way. This is not a game. I wanna play. I sympathize.